Hey there. So today is Thursday, January 14th, and it is time for your phonics lesson for today. We are on lesson 5 of unit 4, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get started. All right, so like I said, we are on lesson 5 of unit 4 today. And we are going to start with some chaining like we have been doing lately. And I need to pull up my Jamboard. Don't know why I don't ever have this thing open ready, but I forget every time. Let's see. Thank you for your patience. All right, so here we are. We're going to do some chaining first. And our first word is the word cave. Cave. Think about the word cave. All right, so I'm going to have cave. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the k sound and we're going to change it to g, g. What would the new word be? It's going to be gave. Good. All right, so now we're going to take the A in that word gave and we're going to change it to eh. What is the new word going to be? It's going to be give. Very good. All right, so now we're going to take the g at the beginning of that word and change it to l. L. What are we going to have as our new word? It's going to be live. Very good. All right, so we're going to take the iv in that word live and change it to sound like of. What would our new word be then? Good. It's going to be love. Nice job. All right, so now we're going to add a g at the beginning of that word, love. We're going to add the g sound. So our new word is going to be glove. Very good. All right, so we're going to take the of part of glove and we're going to change it to O. What will our new word be now? That's right, it's going to be glow. Good. All right, so we're going to change the g of the word glow to s. So what will our new word be? It's going to be slow. Very good. So now we're going to take away the ol sound in that word. We're just going to take off the ol. What will the new word be? It's going to be, oops. Don't know how that got up there. It's going to be the word so. Good. All right. So let's change the s part to n. What's the new word? No. Very good. All right. So now we're going to change the O to E. What will the new word be? It will be knee. Very good. All right, so we are now going to add ol to the end of knee. So what will our new word be? It's going to be kneel. Good. All right. So we're going to change the n to f in that word. What will the new word be now? Feel. Very good. You guys are so good at these. All right, so we're going to change the f sound to s. What will our new word be? That's right. It's going to be seal. Did it again. All right. So now we're going to change the eel to ale in that word. Okay, so it's going to be sail. Good. So now we're going to change the s to what will our new word be? That's right, it's going to be pale. Good. All right, so we're going to take off the p sound. What will that word be left? What will the word be that is left? That's right, it's going to be ale. Good. All right, so now we're going to add sn to the beginning of that word. That's right, it's going to be snail. Good. And so now we're going to change the ol to k. What will that new word be? It's going to be snake. Very good. So we started with the word cave and we made one little change for each word and we ended up with the word snake. Very good, guys. All right, so our sentences for today, where we look at our phonemes and change them. Our first sentence is, do you smell musk in the air? Musk. How many sounds do you hear in the word musk? Musk. I hear 4 sounds. I hear usk, usk. I hear 4 sounds. We are going to take this last phoneme sound right here, the k, and we're going to change it to t, t. What is the new word on the curve? It is must. Very good. So our second sentence is, don't lurk around in the bushes. Lurk is the word on the curve. How many sounds do you hear in the word lurk? I hear 3 sounds. I hear l-erk, l-erk. Good. We're going to take the final sound of k and change it to n. What is the new word going to be now? What will the new word on the curve be? It's going to be learn. Very good. All right, our next sentence. In PE class, I took my pulse after running. Pulse is the word on the curve. How many sounds do you hear in the word pulse? You hear 4 sounds. Pulse, pulse. 4 sounds. We're going to take this final consonant sound of s and change it to p. What will the new word on the curve be? Going to be pulp. Good. All right, the next sentence. The table has a sharp corner. Sharp is the word on the curve. How many sounds do you hear in sharp? I hear 3. I hear sharp, sharp. Good. We're going to take this final sound, the p sound, and change it to, excuse me, we're going to change it to k. So, what is the new word on the curve? It is shark. Very good. All right, and our last sentence is, the surfer likes to surf the waves. Surf. How many sounds do you hear in the word surf? I hear 3 sounds. I hear surf, surf. Good. We're going to take the final sound and change it to v. What is the new word on the curve going to be? It's going to be serve. Very good. All right, and it's time for our spoonerism for today. So today's spoonerism is hair a wat. Hair a wat. I'll show it to you. Hair a wat. What should that actually say? That's right. It should say, wear a hat. Very good. All right. So our learning targets for today are I can complete my spelling assessment, which we're actually not going to do. So yay. So we're not going to do that one. I can read words with a new spelling for the I sound. And I can ask and answer questions about key details in the story Dwight's Life. I'm very sleepy. I keep trying to yawn. All right, so like I said, we are not taking our spelling assessment today, okay? So we're just going to actually skip through all of this. All right, and then we're going to start here with our spelling trees. So we have learned several different ways already to spell the sound I, okay? We have learned I-E together, like up here. We have learned just the letter I, and we have learned I consonant E. And those are all ways for us to spell the I sound. But I'm going to remove some of the leaves from the I just did. So here are my leaves. To reshare my screen so you can see my tree. Okay, so we are going to oh no, I can't do this because I left my other leaves at school. Okay, we're actually going to skip this part. It was just a review, and you guys are so good about knowing what branch to put the leaves on. I think that we will be okay with this one. We're going to go to the next part. I apologize. I left my other leaves at school. Okay, so today we're going to learn a new way to spell the sound I. And we're going to add that branch to the tree. So we added this branch to the tree, the IGH. And we have words like light and bright and high and fright and fight and night and fight. And those would all go on which branch of our I spelling tree? They would all go on the IGH branch. Very good. Those are the words that we just looked at. So we are learning that the IGH spelling says I, like in the word night. But look how small that power bar is, everybody. What does that tell us? That is not a very common way for us to spell the I sound, but it is a spelling alternative. That's why we need to learn it. So we have learned 4 different ways to spell the I sound. We have learned just the letter I by itself, like in the word biting. We have learned the I consonant E, like in the word bite. We have learned IE together, like in tie. And we now have learned IGH, like in the word night. Okay, so the I by itself, like in biting, is still the most common way to spell the I sound. Okay, look at our power bars. The I by itself is still the most common way to spell that sound. So we are going to look at our chart so we can highlight the IGH in green. All right, so we're going to look at our code chart so that we can highlight the IGH sound. And I remember that when I did this the other day, don't think I had a dark enough green. Needs to be that one. Okay, so let's find the IGH. We have it's still not dark enough. Maybe it's just too translucent. That might be the problem. There we go. Okay. So we have highlighted it in green because it is a vowel sound. All right, so let's practice reading some words with the IGH spelling for the I sound. You guys ready? I want you to say them with me, okay? We have high and sigh, light and might, night and right. Okay, so let's look at your worksheet for tonight. Oops, that's the wrong one. Oops, hold on one second. Let me go fix this. Okay, got it all fixed. All right, so let's look at your worksheet for today on synonyms and antonyms. Remember, a synonym are words that have similar meanings, and antonyms are opposite meanings. So we have words up here in the word bank. We have the words sigh, right, night, light, frighten, fight, and high. And you notice all of these words have IGH to say I. So number one is already done for us, okay? It says a synonym of scare is frighten. A witch could frighten a child. So what you're going to do in the first part of each problem is you're going to tell me what the antonym is, and then you're going to use the same word in the sentence underneath it. Okay, let's do an example together. An antonym of day. So what's the opposite of day? It's night. So we're going to write the word night on the line. Okay, and then I'm going to use the word night in the sentence. We sleep during the night. Okay, so you are going to do those on your own. Okay, there's 7 on that page, and then there's a couple more on this page. There's 13 altogether, but we've already done 2 of them, so you only have 11. Okay, all right. So it's time to wiggle, guys. Get up and wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right, I want you to grab your right foot. Grab it. Hold on to it. All right, now lie down. Jump up high, which should be hard since you're lying down. And then I want you to hold up your right hand. All right, now wiggle back on down to your seat, okay? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's time to start our story today, which is called Dwight's Lights. So remember that Kim is hunting for a job, and her brother Kurt is going along with her as she searches. So far, Kim has not really started her search for a job because she and Kurt stopped to listen to the drummers in Drummers Grove. And remember that Drummers Grove is a special place in Prospect Park, which is located in Brooklyn, New York. And these are actual photographs of Prospect Park. It's a real place. So today we're going to read a story called Dwight's Lights, in which Kim starts her job search in earnest. That means she starts really looking hard for a job. So let's find the story in the table of contents. So here we have Dwight's Lights. What page does it start on, guys? It starts on page 28. Very good. So, what I want you to do before we read is I want you to make a prediction. I want you to make a very good guess about what you think is going to happen. Where is Kim's job hunt going to lead her to today? Make a prediction. And I want you to tell someone who's near you, or you can just pause the video and just tell me, and then just hit play when you're ready. Okay, so what does this type of punctuation mark tell you as the reader to do? What should you do when you see one of those? Okay, good. An exclamation point tells the reader to read with excitement. And we will see exclamation points in our story today. There is a paragraph written in bold print letters. Just like the exclamation point, when you see bold lettering, that tells you as the reader that the words are supposed to be emphasized, okay? You have to read with expression, especially when you read sentences with exclamation points and bold letters. So here are some of the long I sound spellings that we're going to see in our story today. We have the IGH spelling for the I sound in the words Dwight, lights, bright, sight, and right. We have the I consonant E spelling in the words smile, price, twice, and likes. We have the IE spelling in the word necktie, and the I by itself in the word quiet. Now, I know you look at that word and you're thinking, well, wait a minute, there's an I and an E together. But not really, because listen to the word quiet. You hear that E, which means it is not a blend together. You hear both separate letters, okay? All right, so let's go over some vocabulary that will be in our story today. The first one is har, har, har. And that is a laughing sound, okay? Usually when someone is making a joke or something, they'll say har, 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 har. That's like a laughing sound. The next word is a dorm room. And a dorm room is a room in a dormitory, which is usually where college students live. Okay. Our third one is the man's face fell. Now, it didn't really fall. What this means is he goes quickly from smiling to not smiling. The word shift in this story, it means to change directions or you change your tone. Like Dwight goes from a loud voice to a quiet voice. The next one is the job opening was filled. It means that someone had already been hired for the job. And then the last one is the word odd. And odd just means it's different from what is normally expected or normally done. So remember, I asked you to make a prediction about let's predict whether Kim will get a job. So we predicted where we thought she was going to end up going today to get a job. And let's predict whether or not you think she's going to get a job. So tell me or your learning partner what you think is going to happen. Is she going to get this job? Okay, so let's go back to the story so I can read it for you. All right, here we go. Dwight's lights. Kim and Kurt walked down the street. Kurt stopped to look at a poster. Kim yanked on his arm. "Let's go," she said. "We can't stop till I find myself a job." Kim spotted the poster. It was hanging in a shop named Dwight's Lights. In big, bold letters, it said, "Dwight is hiring." Kim led Kurt into the shop. Inside the shop, there were hundreds of lights and lamps, and all of them were on. Just then, a man came charging up. He had a big smile and a necktie with a light bulb on it. He started shouting at Kim and Kurt. "Yes," said the man. "It's bright at Dwight's Lights. In fact, it's never night at Dwight's Lights. Dwight likes it bright. I'm Dwight. Yes, I am the man of light. Dwight's got big lights. Dwight's got small lights. Dwight's got tall lights. Dwight's got short lights. Dwight's got bright lights and brighter lights. Dwight's got lights that shut off when you clap your hands. Dwight sells all kinds of light except sunlight. Har, har, har." The man seemed to think this was the best joke of all time, but still, he did not stop shouting. "Yes, Dwight's lights are out of sight, and Dwight's price is without fail the right price. So don't think twice. Get a light at Dwight's. Yes, miss, if you need a lamp or a light for your dorm room, you came to the right place. It's Dwight's place." At last, the man stopped for a gulp of air. Said Kim, "I don't need a light. I just need a job. I saw the poster outside. Are you still hiring?" When Kim said, "I don't need a light," the man's face fell and he let out a sigh. "Job?" he said, shifting into a quiet voice. "We filled the job. Is the poster still up?" He looked at the poster. "We should have taken this poster down," he said. "The job opening was filled last week." Then he walked off. Kim and Kurt went back out. "Kim," said Kurt, "Dwight was an odd man." "Indeed he was," said Kim. Kurt did a bit of thinking. Then he said, "I think perhaps it's best that you did not get that job." "I think you might be right," said Kim. So, what sort of place is Dwight's Lights? Dwight's Lights is a store that sells lights and lamps. Very good. Why do you think Dwight has all of the lights on in his store? Why are they all turned on? Because it is a lighting store and they want to have all of their lights on display so people can see how bright or how dim or how pretty the lamps are. So I want you to describe Dwight's personality. What was he like? I think Dwight was very energetic, a bit pushy, outgoing. He was enthusiastic, and most importantly, he was loud. So, what does it mean when they said Dwight's face fell? Did it really fall? No. It just means he stopped smiling because he realized Kim and Kurt were not going to buy anything from him. So, did Kim get the job? Why or why not? No, she did not get the job because the job had been filled already. So, our learning targets for today were I can complete my spelling assessment, which we decided not to do. I can read words with a new spelling for the I sound. And I can ask and answer questions about key details in the story, Dwight's Light. And we did all of those. You guys did a great job today. We've read yet another story. We're just moving right along in our book. So that's all that you've got to do for today. Remember, you need to do worksheet 5.2, and then you also have worksheet 5.3, which is just some questions about the story Dwight's Lights. All right. Make sure that you put the page number after each question because it'll get counted off a point if you don't answer that part of the question too. So you got to answer the question and tell me the page number of the story that you found the answer on. All right. Okay, so go have a great afternoon, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.